Hello, my name is Alex. I'm here at Outerbike Duluth 2023. I'm gonna go check out what the happenings are, see what we got going on today.
And I do have to say, Duluth, Minnesota, don't sleep on this place.
I like the chunky stuff. I like the hard to clear rock gardens.
All right, so here with Zach and Jordan with Onyx. Gonna ask them a couple questions about their products and what they got here. So tell me a little bit about the Vesper hubs.
Yeah, so those who aren't familiar with the Vesper hub, or any of our hubs for instance, we make a silent instant engagement hub. Everything's made right here in Minnesota, local guys out here. So the Vesper is kind of our more lighter weight mountain bike hub versus the Classic. The Classic is what we made first, but just for those guys, you know, gravel guys, downhill guys who are pedaling a lot, this is a pretty good option for them just for that weight saver. The Classic is a little bit more heavy duty. This one's e-bike rated, ceramic bearing standard in it, you know, a lot of some racers on that hub for sure, but both hubs are great. I mean, we got some big guys on the Vesper hub too. I mean, it works, but it's pretty neat, you know. So just a little insight, we do have, it's called MFU, Modular Free Hub Unit. So you're not stuck with one cassette, you know, with our system, easily adaptable. You could switch to HG on the fly, microspline, just with an end cap. The end cap is different. But it's pretty neat, and just real different from what else is out there. You know, nothing there, and it's instant every time. So just trying to be out here to show people what we do. We're doing demo wheels out here, trying to get people on them just to feel it, and it's been going pretty good so far.
Sweet. Thanks. Yeah, the super cool products, local. And you said everything's done in Minnesota.
Yep, right out of St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Jordan, tell me a little bit about like the customization process. I know, like, obviously we have a lot of colors here.
Yep.
What kind of things can people like do with Onyx hubs when they build one up?
So if you can see here, these are headset spacers. Also acts as a display for all of our stock anodizing colors. We also offer 13 powder coat colors and a custom program. We use prismatic powders. There's a good supplier. They offer about 6,500 colors. So you've got some options. If you can't find a color you like, it probably doesn't exist.
That's
but for a slight upcharge, we do anything and everything. You pick it, let us know what you want, and we'll spray it for you.
Very cool. Sweet. Yeah, so that's Onyx Hubs here. Check them out. You guys just onyxhubs.com or
So
onyx.
it's onyxracingproducts.com.
onyxracingproducts.com.
Actually, the website is onyxrp. So .com.
Cool.
But yeah, we got YouTube stuff, Instagram. We're trying to get more active on there and show our stuff off. So yeah, just slowly growing. It's
Very cool.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Sweet. Thanks
for
guys.
stopping. Yeah, appreciate
Thank
it,
you,
Alex. Yeah.
Here with Alex, who works for Outside. What did Outside bring to Outerbike Duluth this year?
So this year we've got a couple guided rides. We are throwing parties at different Outerbikes. So I'm on the road all summer with Outside Magazine, and we're going to be giving away some cool gear tonight. So we've got a full-size Gregory backpacking backpack that somebody's going to wing, along with a brand new rumple blanket, and we've got tons of other small things we'll be throwing out into the crowd, water filters. We've got some Walmart clothing. So yeah, lots to look forward to tonight.
Awesome. And what does Outside have in terms of, like, I know there's outside.com, is that correct? And things like that. What can people look for just in everyday outside of the events?
Outside is part of Trail Forks and Gaia GPS, Backpacker Magazine, Pink Bike, Climbing Magazine, Yoga Magazine, tons of things. So it's kind of your one stop for all adventure. There's Outside TV, and there's the Get Outside Tour, of course. But if you are a member of Trail Forks Pro, then you are already like in the Outside family. And like a part of my job here is just letting people know if they use the app that you have access to like all these other amazing things.
Yeah, I know Trail Forks is partnered with, or in with that. It's got a lot of different options. I have Trail Forks Pro and use it all the time. Like I travel a bunch too, and if I didn't have that, it'd be hard. So knowing that there's other options with that subscription is pretty cool too. So
Totally, yeah. And then in the winter, catch the Warren Miller Film Tour as well. You know, lots of cool things to show there.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, thanks for coming to Outerbike here in Minnesota. Enjoying being a part of the Midwest, and have fun on the rest of your travels. Hopefully the rest of the weekend goes good too.
Yeah, no, it's been great so far. So we're looking forward to tonight and tomorrow. And thanks for having us. We love to be a part of the community.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And what was your name again?
Cam.
Cam. Sorry, I'm awful at names.
Same. I need a zillion people.
Oh, dude, it's so hard when you're demoing stuff and you're like, I know you just picked up a bike like 30 minutes ago, but
I don't know.
I also saw 30 people between then, and they all told me their names.
And there's like 20 Marks and 5 Chris's. Yeah. No, I feel that.
So, Cam, so far here at Outerbike, like, what's been the weirdest bike you've seen rolling around the pits?
The weirdest bike rolling around the pits. We saw Parley from Transition over there on the full rigid single speed, and then I saw someone take it to the lift.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know if that
One of
ended up actually
that
happening.
the clunker that was rolling around.
Yeah, that was a little scary.
Yeah, it sounded like that guy was like planning on riding that bike on the hill, which I don't know if I'd take the clunker up here, but
I would take anything but the clunker.
Sick. In terms of like the Yeti demos, what's your preferred, like if you're gonna take a bike out on the lift, what bike would you take out?
So I am currently driving this guy. I would, at this park, take the same bike. I think all of our bikes pedal amazing, which isn't very relevant here, I guess.
And which one is this one?
I'm rocking the SB160, but for me, I think a shorter travel bike is going to pedal a lot better. And like I said, given the opportunity to ride something big, I'd take that.
Yeah. Because what's your local riding spot?
We're in Golden, Colorado.
Okay, you are coming all the way from Golden. Sick.
Yeah, so we daily drive these in a lot of scenarios just because a lot of big rocks, a lot of big hits. And yeah, it works out here. All the bike parks they like it.
Yeah. What have you gotten a chance to ride up here a bit? Yeah,
we've ripped 4 or 5 laps yesterday, and then we rode some trail yesterday or 2 days ago before the event.
Sick.
Yeah.
What was the favorite trail, and how does it kind of compare to Golden?
I'm gonna butcher this. It's
Smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord. Dude, that was so sweet. All the drops, nice corners, big hits. It was super fun.
Cool.
Yeah. And it compares closely. We got the sharp rocks that want to kill your tires and wheels, but this place is friendly.
Yeah, I've never ridden Golden, but I've ridden I lived out in Idaho up until like a month ago.
Oh,
so
nice, very cool.
A lot of sharp rock out there.
Yeah,
it's definitely different coming back here and trying to ride like these just big kind of minefields of rocks. Almost. It's a very different rock garden. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
No, absolutely. The whole trail's rock.
Sick. And what bikes did you guys all bring to the demo this week?
So we have a full run. We didn't go with e-bikes today. We took e-bikes to a previous event. People just took them on the lift, so it seemed counterintuitive.
Yeah.
We came with our SB120, our SB135, SB140, 160, and 165. So full lineup from short travel trail bike all the way through a free ride bike.
Sick. And what's been like the most requested bike so far?
160. Yeah, most bike parks you're going to get 160. 140 though, I think is the bike for this park. I think it really likes it. It's fast enough. It's nimble. Tight turns. It loves those. So I think that's the move.
Well, sick, dude. Thanks for talking about the Yeti stuff, and thanks for traveling all the way from Golden to the little old Midwest and checking out our stuff.
Absolutely, dude. Thanks for having us, and thanks for the interview.
Yeah, I know of your guys' product, and I have a couple friends that have used it, but I've never really looked into it super in depthly, so just
I'll
give me a quick rundown.
Yeah, my name's Chris Tidwell. I'm with fast company Flexx Handlebars. We developed the Flexx handlebar over 20 years ago for the motorcycle industry. So what we're trying to do is reduce the abuse that's transferred back to your upper body by using an elastomer and a pivot system. So inside the pivot point here lies an elastomer, that you can tune for your body weight, your riding style, the type of trail you're on, and it provides a subtle amount of movement that's constantly moving to help absorb all those bumps, braking bumps, flat landings, just general hand fatigue. Most mountain bike riders are going to accept that their legs get tired, but they're frustrated when their hands go first. So we're trying to get you to even that out so that maybe instead of getting 10 runs for the day, you can get 14 runs, or maybe at the end of a 2-day enduro race, your hands feel better and you're able to ride longer and charge harder with less fatigue. So we're trying to minimize the abuse that your body gets by a very simple design that's been proven for over 20 years in the off-road industry. I think if you give it a shot, that's your best bet. Give them a try and let us know what you think.
Awesome. Thanks for bringing your products out to the Outerbike here in Duluth. And what's a good place to find your guys' stuff? You guys in some of the local shops, or you guys mainly sell off the websites? Or
so what we do is we do sell direct, and we also really love working with bike shops. And the smaller the bike shop, the better we are. So it takes an owner operator or a mechanic to run our product, and then if you run our product, we'll fall in love with it and you'll be able to sell it. If you put a $300 handlebar on the wall and just let it sit there and don't know anything about it, it's going to be hard to sell. So we like the small shops where the mechanics and the owners are actually riding and working at the same time. I worked at a parts dealership way back in the day, going through college at a motorcycle shop, and I knew that anything that I liked, I could sell. So we need to get the guys involved in the shops to believe in the product, and once you do, it's super easy because they value your opinion. That's why they're coming to you to work on their bikes. So, yeah.
Awesome.
And I do have to say, Duluth, Minnesota, don't sleep on this place. This is 700 feet of elevation, and I have been totally blown away on the trail quality. We come from the Southwest desert, so we don't have a lot of flow.
Yeah.
And this mountain right here has got a tremendous amount of flow. It's got great dirt, fun jumps, and a little bit of trail for everybody. Don't sleep on Minnesota.
Heck yeah. Heard that here. Check out the fast products, check out the Flexx handlebars, and glad they could come out and check out the stuff. Be all right if I ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
What's been the favorite bike you've demoed so far here at the Outerbike?
Probably the Ibis Ridley.
The Ripley?
Yeah, the Ripley.
Sweet.
So,
what's your favorite trail up at Spirit Mountain?
we've been doing the all-weather trail quite a bit just because we like the longer ride on it.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit of technical to it, but not too much.
Sweet.
So.
And what's your home trail system?
Hickson down in Lacrosse.
Very cool. Traveled up for the day?
We've been up for the week. We've been on the North Shore, and then this was the pinnacle of the week for the 13-year-old.
Heck yeah.
So.
Super cool. Well, thanks for coming out to Outerbike.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Not too bad.
My name's Alex. What's your name?
Isaac.
Isaac. Nice to meet you, Isaac. What did Stan's bring to Outerbike here this year?
Stan's brought a little bit of everything from our line, which is primarily tubeless components, tubeless accessories, all the way up to complete wheels.
Sweet. What's your favorite rim width?
My favorite rim width is 30 millimeters.
Nice. Have you gotten to ride any of the trails up here this weekend?
I've not ridden any of the trails here yet this weekend, but I will before I leave.
Sweet. What's your normal riding style, or what's your go-to in terms of trails?
My favorite type of trail is a slow technical trail. I like the chunky stuff. I like the hard to clear rock gardens. Not much of a gravity rider.
All right. Up here, a lot of the double black diamonds are pretty technical rock gardens. They're more the slower speed tech, so you should check out some of those when you get to go up there.
Sounds good. I'll keep an eye out.
Sweet. Thank you for coming out.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
How's it going? You guys the Esker Cycles people, or are you guys?
Oh, we just sat here because it was empty. Yeah, that's us.
Poaching stuff. Nice.
That's us.
You guys are out of Whitefish, right?
Engineering is out of Whitefish. I'm out of Minneapolis. He's out of Oregon. Yeah.
Perfect.
We are.
Cool.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. So you guys have offices in Minneapolis too, or how?
Yeah. Our warehouse, assembly, distribution's all Minneapolis.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've been living out west for probably the last 9-ish years, so I knew of Esker out of Whitefish, but I didn't know that you guys had.
So we did have assembly and distribution out of Whitefish during the pandemic time frame, and then we moved that to Minneapolis back in October.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Right on. What has been kind of the main bike you guys have been demoing this weekend?
Well, I mean, our main bike all around, the vast majority of what we do is our Rowell. It's a 140, 150 travel 29er.
Okay.
That's also the most of the bikes we brought here. It's most appropriate for this area. So yeah, totally.
You got the lift. You got the lift access here. You might as well bring.
Yeah, so we
kind
got
of the
we brought some
bigger bike.
L-Cats as well. That's definitely a longer travel bike. It goes in 2 configurations, like a mixed wheel and a long travel 27.5 wheel.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
And what's the hardtails is great for like bike packing
Yeah,
stuff?
right now we do 2 hardtails they're similar overall except in their use case. The Hayduk is a bike packing. It has rack mounts, bolt-in frame bag mounts, is a bit more neutral geometry. And then Jaffe is a little bit more progressive geometry, so like slacker head angle, steeper seat tube, slightly shorter seat tube. It's more of like an all-around trail bike.
Cool.
Doesn't have the bolt-in mounts for bike packing stuff.
Yeah. Just to get all around hardtail.
It's like
kinda do a
your
little everything.
trail hardtail, do everything bike. Yep.
Sick.
Yeah.
What's been the best part of being at Outerbike so far?
Well, this Outerbike, like Duluth.
The specifically the Duluth one. What's been like anything memorable? Did you see anybody's like crazy bike or?
Well, for me, it's like this is home trail for me.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of showing folks from not here that there's real mountain biking in Minnesota, and it's really good.
Yeah.
And especially like even my team from all across the country, blowing their minds at what's possible here, and it's not Minnesota flatlands, and especially then hearing the Outerbike people too, like, oh, this riding here, like, yeah, we've been telling you guys that for years.
Yeah, like the fast guy said same thing.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's good stuff to be ridden.
Yeah, and this isn't even the hard stuff. Like another 45 minutes up the shore, there's some gnarly riding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing some bikes out to Outerbike and
Yeah, for sure.
having stuff.
Yeah, you bet.
Justin,
Yeah. What's up?
what's been your favorite bike to demo so far today?
Transition clunker.
The Clunker was your favorite demo bike so far today?
It wasn't a demo bike. That's my bike. No, I think.
Well, it doesn't count as a demo bike then if it's your bike. It has been. People have said it's the coolest bike they've seen here today, though.
Has that been said?
It has been said. I think it
alright.
was the fast handlebars guy. Somebody said it. I
Truck
don't know.
driver.
Somebody said I asked what the coolest bike they'd seen so far today was, and I think there's like a transition, like rigid transition bike. And I was like, the Clunker? Like, yeah. So you have been claimed as the coolest bike that's been seen today.
Yes.
Um,
What do I win? Free interview.
Yeah, free interview because you had someone said you had the coolest bike. But
No,
yeah,
the Ibis Ripley was so far my favorite.
sweet. I think that's also like the second or third time I've heard that the Ripley has been
It's a good one.
people's favorite. So.
I'm partial.
Yeah, is that your?
Yeah, this is
that's
mine.
actually your Ripley.
Yeah,
It's not the demo.
No, this is mine.
This is Alex. This is Julie.
Hi, Alex.
Julie, nice to meet you.
Justin's wife.
Awesome.
We met earlier. He's
yeah.
starting to think.
I talked to him earlier and then I remembered his name, so I came over and talked to him again.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
All right, I'll let you guys go out and actually get more demo rides in.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Can I bother you guys a little bit?
Sure.
All right, so far I've heard at least 2 or 3 times that the Ibis Ripley's been people's favorite bikes to demo this weekend. What do you think would be your favorite bike to ride up here?
Well, my mouth's full, but
Oh yeah, I caught you mid food.
my mouth's not full of euros. I really like riding the Ibis Ripley, or Ripmo, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's easily my favorite bike, but I do have a Ripley as well, so it kind of goes back and forth.
Sweet. And you guys just recently changed the logo of the brand, is that correct? What was the thought or motivation kind of behind that? Do you know what brought that on?
You know, a lot of it has to do with kind of rebranding ourselves and putting ourselves in a little bit more of a prominence in the market. You know, having the capitalized Ibis across is a little bit stronger logo. And we've had the same logo for 35 years. Like, it was kind of time to do a little refresh and, you know, do a little bit. And, you know, there was mixed reviews at first, but a lot of guys are kind of coming around to it, and I'm liking it. I get free t-shirts, so it's cool.
Perfect. Yeah, I honestly hadn't seen the rebranded logo until today. And I was like, who's here? Who is this? It's like, oh, it's Ibis. I know those bikes.
We're still the same wonderful people. We just got new shirts and new logo, and I think it makes the bikes, like if you look at the top tube on all of our bikes, it really kind of ties the whole line together and kind of gives it a, you know, kind of a modern feel, because what a lot of us who've been at Ibis for a long time kind of forget is that there is a younger generation of 15, 20, 25, 30-year-olds that don't necessarily know about our long history that we started in 1981 and are just looking for awesome bikes and don't really know or, you know, have an opinion about the head badge, unlike Pink Bike or the Ibis owners groups had an opinion about it, which I get it, they're entitled to it, and I kind of miss it too.
Well, now they get to say that they have like a cool collector's item. If you guys don't make that anymore, then they got something cool. So they should almost be excited about it, in my opinion.
Totally. Yeah.
What's your favorite trail up on the mountain?
So I actually haven't had a chance to ride here yet. The last time I rode here was about 7 or 8 years ago, and forgive me, but my memory doesn't go back that far. So I took the chairlift up and I rode down, and I had all my teeth and all my hands in good working order. So I'm going to call that a win for this time.
Perfect. Sounds good. Well, thanks for coming to Duluth Outerbike.
My pleasure, man. I love coming to Duluth.
Awesome. Thank you. But here with Justin, who's got Fantic Bikes here in the Outerbike, and you know, I was telling them earlier, it's my first experience seeing these bikes, so I'm just trying to get a little more info on them. Like, where are Fantic Bikes based out of?
Yeah, so Fantic is an Italian company. They started making motorcycles late 50s, early 60s. Started making e-bikes in 2015 over in Europe. They tried 2016, come over to the U.S. on their own. Didn't do really well getting the name out there, so they decided in 21 to go with the distributor. So we're a power sports distributor, Tucker Power Sports. We've had them since 21, just trying to get the name out, and it's working really well. Everybody that rides the bikes really, really like them.
What kind of lineup does Fantic have?
So we have a hardtail. That's our entry level. It's 120 travel on the hardtail, and then we go up to a 150 all the way up to 200 downhill, full triple crown.
No way.
Yep.
Very cool. And like hardtail's also an e-bike too?
Yes, everything is an e-bike with Fantic.
Okay.
Use that to come over from the moto side. They're used to having motors, so they decided to stay away from just the static bikes. So.
Yeah, keeping motors on stuff. I mean, motors are pretty sweet.
That's right. Everybody likes motor. They want power. Yeah.
More power, baby.
Yep. And once you get to the 170 and above travel, everything's a mullet. So the 29 front, 27.5 rear.
Cool.
Bringing that over from the moto side as well.
Yeah. The mixed wheel sizes. Yep. What has kind of been like the bread and butter so far here in America?
The 1.7, so 170 millimeter travel is my best selling bike.
Very cool.
It's got the RockShox Domain R front fork, and then the RockShox Deluxe Plus rear shock, and then it's got all SRAM components from there. So, yeah,
sweet. What is a good way for people to find these bikes? Are they at many bike dealerships, or are they more at power sports dealerships, or where would you find the Fantic bikes?
So we're working on that. So power sports right now, any power sports can get them, and that's the easiest, quickest. But we do have a rep force that's going out to the independent bike dealers, the bicycle dealers, and we're trying to get them into there as well. So
very cool. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming out to Outerbike here in Duluth, and it's cool to see more brands in the industry and more industry showing up and being here in the Midwest.
Thanks.
So, thank you.
We'll be at Moab too, so come see us there if you're not here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
So here with Shay from Lamere Bikes. Is that how you pronounce
Lamere
it?
Cycles. Yep.
Lamere Cycles.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about. So you guys are a Minnesota-based company.
Yep. So we're based in Minnesota. We do custom carbon fiber bicycles direct to consumer.
Oh, cool.
So we don't have any dealers or anything yet, but we just build you custom bikes straight from our facility in Minneapolis. And custom being custom parts, custom colors, not custom geometry.
Okay.
It gets too expensive to do a bunch of molds for everybody. But yeah. So we have our main bikes that we sell right now are like a Diode, which is our enduro electric bike, and we have the East Summit, which is our big seller. It's a full suspension fat bike with a motor on it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sweet thing.
Yeah, I I've done a decent amount of fat biking. I can imagine having a motor on a fat bike would be would be so much better.
It's a whole new thing. Yeah, it's a whole new thing. Yeah.
Nice. So no bike shop presence yet, but
we have some interest. There's a guy in Alaska that has some floor models that he just shows them off, but he purchased them as his personal bikes.
Okay.
So we're gonna work some deals with him. Shines in Alaska because it's just always snowy. So.
No, I bet. Is what's a good website, or what's a good place to kind of see what's happening with Lamere Cycles?
LamereCycles.com is just our info page, and we also have a shopping page. So all the bikes that you see around us right now are all on that page. It's shop.LamereCycles.com.
Okay, sweet. What has been kind of like the coolest thing you've seen at Outerbike so far this weekend? Like coolest bike, or just like craziest outfit, or?
Honestly, I think it's just all the stoke coming back into the tent. There's a lot of people that are just really stoked that never heard of us, and they come back and say it's the best bike ever, and it's just kind of a
yeah. The one guy I was talking to said that so far the bike that he's felt the best on was your guys' bike. So
yeah,
that's pretty.
And
sweet.
they're all really surprised that it's a Lamere because they've never heard of it before.
Right.
So it's kind of it's cool to hear that feedback, and this is the first time we've done these kind of demo events. So we're probably going to be doing a lot more of these in the future. So
sweet. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys out at more events, and thanks for bringing stuff to Outerbike.
Heck yeah, thank you.
How's it going?
Good, yourself?
Doing good. How is things going here at Outerbike?
Yeah, good, man. Yeah, busy.
Getting quite a few people coming checking out the Shimano motors.
Yeah, so our drive system EP801, getting lots of people up on the hill, and lots of smiles coming back.
Sick. What's been the funniest story that one of the demo riders has told you so far?
I don't know. We haven't really had too many funny stories. A lot of is self. What do you call it?
Self-inflicted pain?
No,
or?
Yeah, no. They hop on an e-bike and they expect the e-bike to be easy. And then when you get up on the hill, it's not so easy. It is pedal assist. However, you can make it your own personal pain cave if you want to go eco trail or boost. But we tell people to keep it in trail, and they come back and they're sweaty and they're still having a ton of fun, and they're like, "Oh man, that was a lot of work."
You still have to pedal them.
Yeah. There is no.
They're not a dirt bike.
No throttles. So a lot of misconception there. People think that they're going to go out for an easy, chill ride, and they come back and they're like, "Okay, well, we're tired now."
Nice. You gotten to get out and ride at all here at Spirit Mountain?
Sure did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what trail did you crash on?
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was called.
One of them up there.
Yeah, I slipped on the wooden bridge.
Ah, dang it.
And got cheese grated. So.
Is it? Where are you based out of?
I'm in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Oh, right on. How was the trails prior to the crash?
Fantastic. Yeah, the trail rating system here is a little bit skewed. A green is not a green. I've never seen green with rock roll drops like that.
Well, right on. Well, thanks for coming to Duluth and hanging out at Outerbike.
Of course, yeah. Welcome. Thanks for having us. I mean, first year here, obviously, as with everyone here for vendors, and yeah, we're stoked to be here and hope to continue going. So,
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Squirt Lube, Squirt cycling products, we've been around for many years actually, and we're best known for our chain lube because we're really the first company out there to actually make a drip version pure wax chain lube. Okay. So the people who understand the value of using wax on a chain, they don't have to cook their chain in wax anymore. They can use ours. We have a standard lube. We have a e-bike version, which is designed specifically for the use with the motor, and then we have a cold weather version too. Okay. And then we also have other products too. So we have Barrier Balm, which is a very, very popular anti-chafe cream with lanolin and tea tree oil. Lasts all day long. It's fantastic. We have cleaners. All of our products are actually all biodegradable. So that's cool. Actually something that's a company policy that everything has to be biodegradable. We're also moving to packaging that's having things like this for our tire sealant, where less packaging and easier to actually manufacture. So
cool. And I'm a little bit ignorant on the wax lubes. What's the benefit?
What's the benefit of wax
lubes? Wax lube versus the more traditional chain lubes?
Sure. The significant difference is that it's cleaner when you're riding, and actually just completely cleaner. So wax goes on. It's an emulsion. So it's wax and water. And there's actually 4 types of waxes in each of the mixtures. But what happens is the water evaporates, and then you just have a wax coating on your chain.
Okay.
So wax is dry, so it doesn't attract any dust. Wax also repels water, so that it actually stays clean when you're actually going through things that are actually wet. When things splash up on it, it doesn't attract dirt and grit. So you finish a ride, you have a much cleaner chain right off. And so not only is wax actually a more efficient lubricant for a pin and a plate mechanism as a chain, it's also more efficient because it doesn't get dirty.
So the wax, instead of having to have like a dry lube and a wet lube, and you can just have the wax, and it really does good in both conditions. Then
both conditions, whether it's wet conditions or whether it's completely dry. I'm in Colorado. It's very popular there. We're actually very popular in England, where they get a lot of moisture.
Yeah.
Because wax repels water. So
sweet.
So it actually stays on, and then the beauty of this, when you actually use it properly, you actually re-lube your chain at the end of a ride, so you always start with the dry chain.
Cool.
And it's remarkable. So Shimano actually independently tested this several years ago. It doubled the chain life on their for their testers.
Wow.
And they were so blown away by it. The guy who was responsible for the test, he's still really an evangelist for our brand. So
sweet. No, that's super cool. Those are some really cool products. What do you think of being here in Duluth, coming from Colorado?
I love it. I rode yesterday, and I rode up on this trail here, rail trail. Oh gosh, I'm gonna forget the name.
Oh, I'm gonna forget it too. So
it's the Duluth. Winnipeg Duluth. Winnipeg Duluth.
Traverse
Pacific
Trail or something.
Yeah. And fantastic trail going out, and then at the towards the end of it, I jumped on Skyline and I rode back Skyline, and it was like absolutely incredible ride.
Awesome.
Yeah, I came around the corner and this incredible view of the city and the lake. It was fantastic.
Very cool. What is something that, other than the riding, like that surprised you about being kind of in the Midwest? Is this your first time kind of coming to the Midwest?
Well, it's not the first time in the Midwest, but it's the first time in the this far of the North Midwest. Well, it's just been kind of all over, but it was like 2 days ago we had like 100-degree temperatures, and then today I woke up and I had to go back to my hotel to get long jeans on. So
yeah, our temperatures can vary quite drastically, pretty quick.
Very drastically. But it's been fantastic, and I'm really impressed with the trail system that you have.
Awesome. Well, thanks for bringing Squirt products to Outerbike here in Duluth, and thanks for just coming out and being a part of the event.
Oh, it's been fantastic. Thanks.
We're not talking to them, we're just talking.
Cool. Perfect.
So, I know this isn't your first time to the Midwest. Coming back from Bellingham, is it fun to be back in Duluth?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Stupid broken hand.
Do you need help with that?
This is going to be definitely the most fun.
No, it's really great. I grew up pretty close to here on like the grand scheme of things over in the UP, so it's really cool to get back here and see like how much the scene is taken off. I moved out of the Midwest in like 2015, so even since then the scene's like expanded in such an awesome way, and it's just really cool to be a part of it and have traction from a ton of major brands that come to a cool event like this.
yeah, it's cool to see, you know, back. I mean, I moved out in also 2015 actually.
Yeah.
So we both moved out of the area at the same time, and back then, if there was an event, there was no industry presence. It was just like a few people out in the woods doing something, and now you come to an event, even if it's not Outerbike, there's industry personnel there, which is super cool to see, and it's great to have more representation from brands that you wouldn't think to see in the Midwest necessarily, like Transition.
Totally, yeah. I think it's really important to be here, and it's honestly, I think we can draw parallels between like our brand and what's going on in the Midwest, like so easily. You know, we're just all about like hanging out in the woods with bikes, with whoever wants to come, and like that's always kind of been the vibe in Michigan, where I'm from, and it seems like a very similar approach here. So I'm just really stoked that like light bulb kind of went off, and we get to be a part of more stuff in this area and more areas like it.
Yeah. And Transition does some cool stuff at bike parks kind of all around in terms of putting on events and things. And one of them is where you guys actually like practically buy out the bike park. What's the next one of those for Transition?
Yeah, I'm really excited. The weekend after this, I'm gonna head down to Missouri to Howler Bike Park. It's like a privately owned shuttle access bike park. It has like a bunch of fun jump lines and tech lines, and we bought 200 tickets, and that's just open to the public. And we did one earlier this season outside of Seattle as well, and I've done them across the country. It's so fun. Like, I feel so fortunate. That's my job. I get to buy people, well, use Transition's money to, not me, that's for sure, buy a bunch of people tickets to ride bike parks, and yeah, hang out with them too. We go ride with the people as well. So
sick. Yeah, that's very fun. Then you guys got sweet koozies for people who have one hand.
Yeah, really functional.
Very functional, functional stuff here at the Transition tent.
Yeah.
What's been the like popular bike here today?
Every morning, the first few people in line have gone straight for the patrols. So that's our like 160 mixed wheel mullet bike, and yeah, those ones get snatched up first. I've been riding the Smuggler all weekend, which I think if I lived in this area would be like the no-brainer one bike to kind of do it all. It's our shorter travel, but still very capable trail bike. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, it's sweet that one, you get to come back and hang out at kind of like a semi-local trail system, but also sweet that Transition is here supporting Midwest stuff, and it's awesome seeing you guys here at Outerbike.
Yeah, it's so great to be here.
Thanks. Yeah.
Cheers. That was a very joke.
Sweet.
Cool.
Thanks. Go get some laps in.
Love it.
Go ride your bike.
I think I'm gonna. Wait, who came to ask me? Oh, was that Connor?
I don't remember.
Connor, were you the one who asked me if I wanted to go biking? Okay, I can go now. Okay, sweet. Yeah, we should go.
Well, that's it for me here at Outerbike Duluth. It looked like everybody was having a good time. I know I enjoyed checking out all the vendors and chit-chatting with everybody. Cool to see a bunch of people from out of town seeing Duluth for the first time. And yeah, hopefully if you didn't come out this year, you come out next year. And if you did come out this year, hopefully you had a good time. Thanks for watching.